Get this, adults with financial literacy skills have 82% more wealth than those who don't. From swimming lessons to piano classes, us parents invest in so many things to enrich our kids' lives. But are we investing in their future financial success? With Greenlight, you can teach your kids financial literacy skills like earning, saving, and investing. And this investment costs less than that after-school treat. Start prioritizing their financial education and future today with a risk-free trial at greenlight.com/Wondery. Greenlight.com/Wondery. Looking for your best sleep ever? Sleep Number smart beds are literally made for you. They adapt to your changing needs. So whether you're dealing with sore muscles or running hot at night, your bed automatically adjusts for optimal comfort. Want softer, firmer, cooler, warmer? With personalized firmness settings and temperature control that cools up to 20 times faster than leading competitors, you'll get the perfect sleep environment every night. Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed? So you can choose your ideal comfort on either side. And now it's the Sleep Number Everything Smart Bed sale. Every smart bed and base are on sale during our Memorial Day event, up to 50% off, limited time, exclusively at a Sleep Number store near you. See store or sleepnumber.com for details.
This is Ricey. You've been hearing my friend Josh Arnold, Mr. Money Talk, for years on the radio and Garage Logic podcast. I strongly recommend you sit down with Josh for your no-cost, no-obligation, 48-minute consultation on your investments, including your IRA and 401k. You can benefit from Josh's years of experience navigating different market and economic conditions, and he'll always give you straight talk and not sugar-coated advice. Give Josh a call now at 952-925-5608 to book your no-cost, no-obligation 48-minute consultation. That's 952-925-5608. You'll be glad that you did, and tell him Ricey sent you. Don't forget to ask, why is it 48 minutes, Josh?
Investment services offered by Josh Arnold Investment Consultant, LLC, a security investment advisor. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. All investments involve risk. All comments and opinions are Josh Arnold's and do not constitute investment advice.
Patrick Ricey is a paid endorser.
Yes. Hey, Pat.
We lost a great American.
All right.
George Latimer.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, what a beauty he was.
Yep.
He was 89. I had no idea he was that old. I didn't
Yep.
think he was that old, but what a character. Of course, one of our favorite Suture Ray stories ever is at the dinner, the Christmas party, when George had his heart attack, and he started giving Joe what his symptoms were, and we damn near had to take Joe to the hospital. He had all of them.
Sometimes that happens. Yeah.
I got that. That's a true story.
I got that, too.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
that's right. Yeah, right. My favorite George story, I had to tweet it out, was the Vikings are playing in San Francisco on New Year's Day, 1989, 1 year after they went out there and kicked the hell out of them in the playoffs, right? They get beat 34-9, and you know that old Candlestick ballpark. You had to walk across the field to get to the locker rooms. You had to walk behind this baseball stadium, and they got these god awful baseball seats right down on the field where you got to look through everybody and you can't see anything. And George is sitting in there with one of his buddies. They got these god awful seats, and he says, "Hey, Ricey." And then he squeezes his nose dramatically to get rid of the stink of the Vikings' performance. That was his entire comment on the game. So, anyway, he was a good guy, man. And then he ran the Hamlin Law School for quite a while too.
Well, 3 years. 3 years.
Yeah, just 3 years. Okay.
He was Clinton's. He was in Clinton's housing department. What do you call that? A policy advisor on housing for Clinton.
Okay.
But he was the mayor of the entire decade of the 80s, and the town actually came alive during that time, as opposed to where now with this mayor there's no lights on. You know.
But you got
he was. He was a DFLer, but he was a man for everybody. You know, he wasn't into the big
Well, he was a real
battle.
DFLer. He wasn't one of these modern Mysterians. He was a normal guy, you know.
Yeah, he was a beautiful fella. I really enjoyed it every time I saw him. I mean, of course, there's the other story. But why not? I might as well tell this one too. When George is out at the
I already told this one.
oh, the one when he
lost his car. Yeah, they found it again in the spring. It's not a problem. Where are you?
I'm at home. I had a bad morning with some physical problems, but I'm doing okay now.
Would you fall down?
No, I got the I don't know what it was. Serious heartburn, let's call it. I don't know what it was.
But now she's fine.
She's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
This occurs. You know what? I've given myself credit for Diet Coke keeping me alive.
Yeah.
But I think I might have to lay off it here for a while. I don't think it's good for the.
I can't believe you have a stomach left.
All the systems.
Yeah.
So we're going to try. You know, they got this thing. It's really something. It's called water.
Water's good.
All day. Water.
Water works.
It's really funny. Yeah, it's not too bad either. It's okay. You know.
Pat, I like your new paper.
I like the looks of it. Yeah, the type's a little small.
I don't like the type. I don't like the type, but I like the fact that in the United States of America, where papers are down for the count, here's one that's taking a leap forward. I like that part of it.
It's basically a big swing at survival. Is what it is. And if it fails, we'll go the way of all the rest of them. But and be a little tiny thing. But right now, and it's obviously the big future that they're hoping for is that they can do digital business in outstate Minnesota because people are stuck out there, and and that's kind of the future, I guess. Now I think one of their problems is they're dealing with outstate Minnesota, and half the people out there call them the Red Star, which is a bit of a problem.
And it's a small problem, but
they might have to balance their commentaries here, and that's what they're claiming they're going to do. So we'll find out.
The Twins had a nice set in Texas, don't you think?
Yeah. Oh God, they won. They basically sneaked out 3 straight games. And now everybody's mad because they avoided the sweep by, this Alcala guy has been great lately. Almost for 6 weeks, he's been outstanding. And it's 4-0, and the Texas down in the Daubers, and they got him beat. And then he gives up the lead in 19 pitches. He gives up 5 runs.
Yep.
So it was, and then they end up getting. Then they tie it. I gotta apologize to Carlos Santana. Early in the year, I said, "Why did they get this old fossil? He's a hell of a player."
Pat, he has been their MVP this year.
In a lot of ways, yes, and certainly from what was expected. That's plus he plays all the time, and he's 38 or 37.
No, he's going to be 40 at the end of this year, isn't he?
I don't think so. I think he's 38. But
right.
But he comes up and muscles up a home run and gives you a chance. And then we get Eddie Julian up there.
Ugh.
We get Eddie to end the 9th by taking strike 3, and then Eddie is base running, and that puts him at second for the 10th inning, right? Because he made the last out. And they hit a ground ball directly to the shortstop, and he gets thrown out by 20 feet at home plate. Now that, the next guy made it out anyway, so they might not have scored, but I had big hopes for Eddie last year, and he has been when he's played for the Twins, he's been a stiff, and he wasn't that good in St. Paul either. So
you are right. Carlos is 38 years young. I apologize. Wow. I thought he was older than that.
You know what? He's a hell of a first baseman.
Oh, the play he made, was it Thursday night or Friday night where he ran up the foul line? The one he went up the foul line. It reminded me of Herbeck going after a foul pop at the Dome. That was a great play that he made.
They're an interesting club, and they're doing this without Buxton. They're doing it without Correa.
Yeah.
Now without Joe Ryan.
Joe Ryan.
They got 3 of most important 8 or 9 players, and they're not playing. Everybody's feeling sorry for the Vikings. How about these guys?
Yeah.
You know, they should. You know, you're heading off to Texas. Texas kind of showed a little life earlier in the week, although they're the defending champs, 10 games under 500. And they go in there, and you know, Saturday was almost a miracle win because they weren't doing anything all day against Evaldi, and then they popped up and won. So they really out tonight.
I was just going to say, Pat, how would you like to be the defending World Series champions, giving Tyler Malley 2 years and $20 million as he goes up there and throws batting practice? My God.
Yeah, they gave him like 4 for this year, and then next year he gets the big because while he was rehabbing for half of the year this year, they gave him 4. Yeah, I know he's got a lot of money for having about one good year in Cincinnati, and one of the Twins. Great. I think one reason people want the Twins to do all this stuff for pitching at the deadline. Look up Tyler Malley and see one reason they might not want to do that anymore. You know, what did he make 4 starts for him or something? I don't know.
Yeah.
How hot are the Padres?
Good. They've been really. They did all kinds of stuff at the deadline, and they're pushing. They're pushing the Dodgers right now. They got a terrific lineup. I mean, they're so good that they had one of the best shortstops in baseball, Tatis, and they got him playing in the outfield.
Yeah,
because they have so many great infielders.
That's right.
Yeah, they got a really good club, and they're the only team in town. They're packing them in.
That's it. Yeah.
So they don't have football, basketball. They got a ECHL or whatever we call them, no, American Hockey League team. But then it's
the Ducks, Pat. Because when we were down there, I love that. I've only been to half the ballparks in the country, but that spot is fantastic to watch a ball game. But the boys and I went to a San Diego Gulls hockey game.
Yeah.
And that's where they play at this little arena right by SeaWorld. And every time a Gulls player had the puck, no matter if they were behind their own net, shoot!
Yeah.
They would just scream. It was fan-freaking-tastic.
Yeah.
I would be a season ticket holder to a Gulls hockey team.
Just to hear the dummies.
Oh, it was so great.
The biggest mistake in the National Football League were the Chargers moving to LA.
Couldn't agree more. Yep.
It's just ridiculous.
And they're the poor stepchildren there. The guy who built it, Ballmer, Kroenke, keeps all the money, right?
Yep.
He keeps all the money. By the way, Joe, and the big thing in L.A., the Clippers, the Clippers, they used to have that crazy Donald Sterling as the owner, and the only reason he moved San Diego's team was he didn't want to drive to San Diego to see their games, so they moved them and they played in the L.A. Sports Arena, and then they've been the third tenant downtown at the downtown arena.
Yep.
He has just built one right out there near the football stadium, Steve Ballmer, for $2 billion.
A new basketball arena?
A new basketball arena. It's going to make the other one that the Lakers and the Kings are playing in look like Target Center. It's apparently getting ready to open. I know I was talking to a guy the other day who works out there, and he said that thing is fantastic. St. Paul guy worked out there.
Will it have an ice sheet? Well, I'm sure it will be equipped for ice.
I'm sure you can play ice.
Yeah.
But the Kings and Lakers are partners downtown, so I don't know what's going to happen, but it's supposed to be fantastic.
The greatest Joe Souchere baseball tirade from last year centered around Fernando Tatis Jr. Do you recall this?
Vaguely.
Joe had one of the greatest meltdowns ever because Tatis Jr. had the audacity to apologize after hitting a grand slam against the Rangers a year ago. When the Rangers, they were getting killed. The Padres were up by like 8 or 9 runs.
You don't apologize.
No.
I mean, what is that?
No. Well, that's like, remember when the guy from the White Sox hit the home run when Astudillo was pitching?
Oh, yeah.
Astudillo?
Yes.
Everybody got upset. You're the ones who should be embarrassed. You're got a big fat guy out there throwing lobs up there. Why shouldn't the guy hit a home run? For God's sake?
Why did Tatis apologize?
Well, because they were kicking that, you know what?
Oh, that's too bad.
Exactly.
That's
but you had a meltdown about that.
I think it was well deserved.
Probably, yes, it was.
Yes, it was. Say, I got some guy for you to look up from St. Paul, and this was a column I ever wrote. Now, Charlie Walters has had references to this guy in his column, but Roger Erickson's his name.
Yeah.
He was, I think it's Roger Erickson. He's a trainer, right? He just died. He was a 71, but he was like a flexibility guru. He just lived alone.
Oh, I knew the guy.
You knew the guy, yeah. He could put his leg over his head, right? And
yes.
stuff like that.
Yes.
And the New England Patriots brought him out to training camp like 6 or 7 times to teach guys how to stretch.
Yep.
And they didn't have any injuries and stuff. And he's just a bachelor and a real character. You know, he's a big buddy of all those Noonball, Fitzpatrick, and that whole crew.
He lived across the street from Kowalski's on Grand Avenue.
That's right.
And then now there's a big apartment building where his house was.
Mm-hmm.
His house is gone, and they built an apartment building.
I guess you'd see him walking down the street, and you want to give him $10, and he's just gurus of stretching. That he was overweight, but they said like he was at 65, he could stand there and hold his leg over his head.
Well, I didn't know he lost him.
Yeah, well, just 2 days ago. I'm not sure. Nobody's probably had it over. I only know because Fitz called me yesterday.
Huh.
So it might have been yesterday.
I went to him for stretching.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
Did it help?
It hasn't helped, but I went to him. I think I only went once or twice, maybe. Mm-hmm. But he was a character.
Yeah, and I mean, in what he apparently taught old style stuff that nobody knew worked. I don't know. It's really an odd thing to say the least.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder, but he doesn't have a family. They're probably not angry awake or anything. I don't know. But there's a column sitting there someplace. But I wish I'd written. You always wish like you'd written those things when the guy was alive, when you could go talk to him. But yeah, he died yesterday. Maybe he was just stretching and like tore his leg off and bled to death or some damn thing.
I'm regretting that I didn't visit Latimer more often. I did visit him once in those Presbyterian homes. He had a nice suite of rooms and hell.
Oh yeah. Oh God, he could have told you the story.
He did. Yeah, he's fantastic.
And he was always a very honest fella too. It wasn't. George was not the hero of every story he told you. That's
no,
for sure. He was. Yeah, but St. Paul, man, George, and then this Roger, the same day, almost the same day. Unbelievable.
You're on the clock today.
Oh, I'm whenever you're good, I'm fine. But I just I had the bad morning and was wondering if I was going to make it or not. And now I'm sitting here, as I say, contemplating giving up one of life's great pleasures. To see if maybe that'll
This is a big day.
save my heartburn issues.
Have you had any Diet Coke today?
Not today.
May I suggest our good friends at Hofferman Water and HoffermanWater.com, Patrick?
What do I get, a cooler in the house?
No, even better. You get a personalized Connecticut water treatment system right inside your home. It's freaking. I haven't bought a bottle of water in about 7 years because that's how great it is.
What, do they come and deliver you a big jug?
No. They install the drinking water system that purifies it right inside your home, right from your water softener.
Are you doing an ad?
No, I just thought I'd take that opportunity to mention them. Why not?
How'd the game of flaws work out during this rough morning? Were you getting some sympathy?
Actually, yes. She accompanied by lectures, but
yes,
but not. But it was not. She's been trying to wean me off Diet Coke here for a while, and I said I didn't drink that many yesterday, and she said at least 7. She said there was an 8-pack in the refrigerator. There's only one left. She said.
So when you head down to the mini met this weekend, instead of me telling the staff to stock up on Diet Coke, I will say we need to fixate on bottled water for
just
Patrick
some
this
water.
weekend. Yes,
just some water, or maybe nothing at all, just anything. So.
Well, you got to stay hydrated with the water.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that is true. What else we got? We got the Vikes. How about my guy Nick Gunslinger Mullins lighting up the Cleveland Browns? Keep Nick around, man. Somebody gets hurt, I want Nick to be the backup.
I heard a great line about him over the weekend is, man, he likes to chuck it, and sometimes he chucks it to his own team.
Yep.
That's right. That happened.
Did Darnold play yesterday?
No, a Saturday.
No, we got to save him. Pat,
there's another practice game coming up this week, and it's also in the afternoon.
I don't like it.
And
I don't like that.
But training camp is now over. The two-a-days and all that stuff. So this week is just a regular. So this defensive back they signed, this veteran cornerback who has been good in his life. He's 33 now, Stephen Gilmore. But when he came in a week ago, but he didn't sign. He waited till the weekend, so he didn't have to go to the training camp, I would guess.
Smart guy.
And I don't blame him.
Yep.
He's 33, and it's not like if they're going to pay you 7 guaranteed and a possibility to make 10, it's not like your job's in jeopardy if you're not there for the last week of practice. So, but he's good. They're not. Everybody thinks it's rebuilding. McCarthy's hurt and all that stuff. They're trying to put us, their defense could be better than it was last year. It's got to be better than it was last year.
8-8?
No. 8-9.
Well, we got 17 now.
We got 17 now? When did that happen?
Last year.
That's right.
Was it just last year?
Or maybe 2 years ago. I can't remember.
17 games.
I don't like, you know what I don't like? Even number football
I'd
games.
like to go back to 14 games.
There we go.
Yes. But they're shooting for 18. There's a new guy that's the head of the union too, and he's already talking about the negotiations. So I suppose you can't keep your players healthy for 17. You might as well go to 18. Huh? That's and that'll put the Super Bowl to when
March Madness.
March.
Yeah, right. Super Bowl will be at the end of February.
I can't believe New Orleans has the Super Bowl this year. That dump.
Come on. Let's
what
go.
A dump.
We'll do Sunday night sports talk.
I don't like that place.
From New Orleans.
I just don't like it.
As a town?
I don't mind the town so much. I hate that Superdome. I hate it.
Yeah.
There's no sense of the outdoors that exist. You're in there. There's no windows, nothing.
Not with that roof. Now, I don't know. They have done some changes to it. They keep doing changes every time it floods, but they've done some changes, but I haven't been down there in years. I don't know.
Isn't it? Was it the last time we had the Super Bowl there? Didn't the lights go off at halftime?
Oh yes, that's right. When the Harbaugh brothers were playing each other, right? Didn't it go off? They haven't been back since.
Wouldn't all that flooding corrupt the foundation of the place, and it's all just going to collapse one day?
I think it's good. I don't think. Water is not good for structures.
That's what I'm saying. We're out on a limb there.
I am an engineer.
In the basement, water is not good.
No, especially if you're trying to bail it out with a glass.
I will help you remove the water.
You know what? I would have had to give up because with the way I'm moving on the ancient knees of mine, I don't think I could. I don't think I could make about 120 trips up the steps like I did that night before Jay from the neighbor came over and says, "Did you try pressing this button to make the thing work?" Well, no, I hadn't, because it says it doesn't say start. So I pressed the button and it started throwing water out, and I got saved. So anyway.
Well, I'm going to watch a ball game tonight.
Oh, hey, good. Right there on. You're still a You're still.
We got the Twins back.
You won't make it to the third inning. With
I'll
an
make it till.
kickoff.
I'll get a couple innings in.
And you're not. You don't worry about that. Watching the news and going to bed anymore, do you?
No.
You don't do it anymore. No. But yeah, check out Roger Erickson. I think there might somebody make sure your paper doesn't obit on it.
All right. Do we have to pause?
No. In fact, Patrick, if you don't want to do your Valley Group read, I can do it for you. But if you'd like to, by all means, go ahead.
Why don't you do that for me?
Sure, I can do that for us.
We'll get on with life here. So.
All right. Very good.
Okay.
Yep.
We'll see you.
Yep.
Goodbye.
This is Ricey for Jim Paul's Valley Group of GM dealers. Okay, here's the deal. A, you get the best possible deal on a daily basis. They don't scream sale, sale, sale. Best deal, daily basis, whatever day you want to buy a car, you're going to get the best deal. B, terrific facilities. They've been remodeled. They're new. They're terrific, clean, wonderful. They have that going for them. 3, great vehicles, obviously. The Buick, GMC, Chevys, they're winning all the awards now. Great cars. I got a Buick LaCrosse. It's a terrific car, best car I ever owned. And here's the tiebreaker. The people you're going to find out there, the salespeople, have been at it for a long time. These are veteran guys and gals. They make their own deals. They don't run off to the mysterious manager. I have also used their service department. They are veteran people there, too. They are terrific. Jim Paul's Valley Group of GM dealers. Check them out.